Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into recent data and expert tests to break down exactly what the online paid survey landscape looks like right now, in 2026. If you've ever found yourself mindlessly scrolling on your phone, wondering if you could be turning that idle time into actual cash, well, you're in the right place. We've synthesized a ton of data from real-world testers who've spent hundreds of hours analyzing these platforms. We're going to find out what actually pays and what's just pure hype.
So let's tackle the elephant in the room right off the bat, shall we? Can you actually make a living doing this? Let's just pop that get-rich-quick bubble right now. You've probably seen those flashy ads promising life-changing income just for clicking a few buttons. But when we look at the verified data and actual user experiences across dozens of platforms, the reality is, well, a whole lot more grounded.
Realistically, the data shows you can expect to earn between $50 and $150 a month with consistent effort. Casual users spending maybe 15 to 30 minutes a day might see $30 to $70, while highly active users who are leveraging multiple apps can push towards that $150 mark. So, here's the absolute crucial takeaway. These sites are for pocket money. They'll cover a streaming subscription or a few coffees. They are absolutely, unequivocally, not a salary replacement.
To help you navigate this space effectively, here's our agenda for today. We'll cover the reality of paid surveys, fast payouts, and multitasking, the highest-paying survey sites, spotting scams and staying safe, and finally, some pro tips for maximizing your earnings.
All right, jumping into Section 1, the reality of paid surveys. Let's establish exactly what you should expect when signing up, because setting the right expectations up front is literally the best way to avoid frustration later on.
As the data heavily emphasizes, your earning potential depends entirely on a few key factors: your country, your specific demographic profile, and the amount of idle time you're actually willing to convert into cash. Users in so-called Tier 1 developed countries, think the US, UK, and Canada, they generally see the highest volume of surveys. Market researchers are looking for very specific consumer profiles. That means your background entirely dictates how many opportunities will actually land on your dashboard.
Moving on to Section 2. Fast payouts and multitasking. Now, for those of you who crave instant gratification, or maybe you just like to do a bit of online shopping and gaming on the side, this category is absolutely for you. Waiting weeks to hit a $25 threshold? Yeah, that's a thing of the past. When comparing these fast payout platforms, Free Cash really leads the pack. If you're willing to withdraw in cryptocurrency, you only need to hit 10 cents. That means you can complete a single survey and literally be paid within minutes. Top Surveys is another massive winner. After your first cash out, their minimum drops to just $1 single, and they boast an industry-leading low disqualification rate. Meanwhile, Autopoll is perfect for mobile-first users wanting to cash out at just $3, right directly from their phone.
Now, if we compare the competing models of two of the biggest names in the space, we see the everything app approach of Swagbucks directly contrasting with the laser-focused, distraction-free environment of SurveyJunkie. Swagbucks lets you earn through grocery receipts, playing mobile games, and shopping online. It's awesome for multitaskers, but honestly, the interface can be a bit of a maze. SurveyJunkie, on the other hand, is a quiet, clean feed. You log in, take a survey, log out. No games, no clutter. It really just depends entirely on what kind of experience you prefer.
Up next is Section 3, highest paying survey sites. If you want to maximize your dollar per hour ratio, this is exactly where you need to focus.
If you prefer a higher hourly rate and a totally distraction-free experience, platforms like Prolific connect you with actual researchers from universities like Harvard, or even AI developers looking for human feedback. Because you're pre-matched, there are almost zero screenouts, and payouts average a very solid $8 to $15 an hour. SurveyJunkie offers a reliable $1 to $3 per survey, but you're going to need a bit more patience with disqualifications there. And then there's Pinecone Research, famous for a flat $3 rate per survey. Though our data notes it has become much harder to get into recently, and the overall volume has dropped. So, the absolutely crucial thing to understand when using these pure survey sites is that screenouts are a completely normal part of the process. They're not a glitch. You are not going to qualify for every single survey you click on. Researchers might be looking for, say, people who own a specific type of car or buy a certain brand of cereal. If you don't fit that exact mold, you get screened out. I know, it's frustrating, but it's exactly how the market research industry works. Just don't take it personally. All right, Section 4, spotting scams and staying safe. Let's pivot to a vital topic here because wherever there's money to be made online, bad actors are sure to follow. Keeping your personal data secure is way more important than earning a few extra bucks.
Based on cybersecurity data from Kaspersky, you need to watch out for 3 major red flags to protect your identity. First, scammers love to use the lure of a massive, totally unrealistic payout just to get you to lower your guard. Second, while a legitimate survey might ask for your general income bracket or zip code for demographic matching, they will never, ever ask for your social security number, your driver's license, or your direct bank routing details inside a survey form. Just no way.
And perhaps the most golden rule of all, if a site asks you for a credit card to unlock a premium tier of surveys, or they want to charge a subscription fee for a weekly list of high-paying tasks, close the browser immediately. Legitimate platforms are paid by the brands doing the market research, and they share a portion of that revenue with you. You are the product here. You should never, ever be the paying customer.
Which brings us to Section 5, Pro Tips for Max Earnings. Let's end on a high note by looking at strategies drawn directly from expert testers. Look, if you're going to invest your time, you might as well extract every single cent possible, right?
To maximize your time and limit the frustration, follow these 3 definitive steps before you start taking your very first poll. First, fill out your entire profile on day 1. Yeah, it's boring, I know, but it severely reduces your screen out rate. Second, don't rely on just one app. Download 3 or 4, like Prolific, Branded Surveys, and FreeCash, so when one runs dry, you've got backups. This lets you cherry-pick only the highest-paying tasks across multiple dashboards.
Now, here is a massive tip straight from the testing data. Rushing through questions to boost your hourly rate will actually cost you money in the long run. Researchers embed trick questions, like please select the color blue from this list, or really simple math problems, just to catch people who are blindly clicking. If you fail these attention checks, your account gets flagged, you'll stop receiving surveys, and you might even get banned. Seriously, just take the extra 30 seconds. It pays off.
Looking at the data, sitting on a large balance of points is incredibly risky because many platforms quietly expire them. For instance, apps like Toluna, Pinecone, and Google Opinion Rewards will completely erase your points after 12 months of inactivity. 45% of lost potential earnings happen simply because users treat these apps like savings accounts. When you hit the minimum payout threshold, cash it out immediately to your PayPal or as a gift card. Don't let it sit there.
Now that you know the realistic expectations, the safety rules, and the strategies to optimize your time, the only thing left to decide is how you want to start earning. Are you the multitasker who wants to play games and snap receipts with Swagbucks? Or are you the focused earner holding out for those premium academic studies on Prolific? The time you spend staring at your phone is yours to monetize. So, what's your opinion really worth to you today?